go get grab and...
Do you want to introduce yourself? I got this.
So now it's like no stress. Yeah. Not to bring up, skeletons and
I just want you to know that you came through Memphis, you misbehaved, all right? So I need you to straighten it out. I don't mind.
So it was so fun.
I don't know how y'all do it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for So what are you guys up to? You're like 22 minutes.
I just turned 18.
Oh my god. I have a stepdaughter who's 21.
I'm sure it was on
And a stepson who's 18. He's not dating material yet. He's working through some issues. You're obviously busy. Sorry about that. I'm not known to be most appropriate. That's why we get along so well. That's why we just got back from the university.
Man. It was my first time in New York.
It's amazing. I've done that together.
It was so fun. It was my graduation gift.
Took Felicia.
Yeah, no, she didn't have the nose ring. I was getting the do-rag. We got off the plane. We took all these little wealthy children.
At least that's the story you keep sticking to.
Hey y'all, welcome out to Greenhouse Concert. I'm so happy you all are here. I'd like to welcome out our big friend from Tennessee. He's an excellent singer-songwriter. There's a few house rules. We ask that you guys please refrain from talking. We like to keep this as a listening room, in essence. If you could silence your cell phone, that would also be great. Thank you so much. We're sorry Tom could not be here, so I'm your speaker. A little younger, a little cuter. I'll tell him that. This is Brian Hayes. We're so happy he's here. Give him a warm welcome, please.
Y'all hadn't heard me. You may want to wait. Hold that applause.
Yes, thank y'all so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I met Hillary and Stuart, I guess it's been a couple years back now. And we had them in our house concert series there outside of Memphis, this huge town called Moscow, Tennessee. A town of about 450 folks. But real glad to be picking for you folks. I had a new record that came out just about a month ago, so I'm going to play some of those tunes. Man, all of this bad news it sure is tough. Every single road seems rocky and rough. Sometimes think I've had enough about you. Cost of living is way too high. We can't quit working till the day we die. Sometimes stop and wonder why. Here's what I do. I get love from one good woman, a house full of dogs, some fine southern cooking. Hey, I make it through one more day. Give me family, a few good friends, that kind of stick with you through thick or thin. Hey, everything will be okay. Slick politicians, they won't out games, keep picking our pockets in the name of vain. That's enough. Drive us all insane, don't you agree? Seems honest folks work, crooked folks play. Big brother keeps spending, we all pay, and that's enough to make us all ashamed. Why can't they see? Just give me love from one good woman, a house full of dogs, some fine southern cooking. Hey, make it through one more day. Give me family and a few good friends that kind of stick with you through thick or thin. Hey, everything will be okay. And I don't mean to preach, I swear, but some things they need to be said. Hard work and sweat on your shirt, there ain't no reason to hang your head. Just give me love from one good woman, a house full of dogs, some fine southern cooking. Hey, make it through one more day. Give me family and a few good friends that kind of stick with you through thick or thin. Hey, everything will be okay. I said, hey, everything will be okay. from Brownsville, Tennessee. Yes, there is a Brownsville in Tennessee as well. And that was that really was a metropolis for me. That was a town of about 8,000 folks. And 2 doors up from me, my mom's parents lived, right? And my grandfather was a World War II hero. And I got to spend an awful lot of time with him. And I can vividly remember him coming down when I was in middle school, high school. On Saturday mornings, he wanted to make sure that I did not sleep in and waste the day. So he would drag me out of bed, put me in his truck, take me down to the course square. And he wanted to make sure that I got as much time with those World War II veterans that I could. And I'm forever indebted to that. I remember they'd sit around, they'd always start playing checkers and chewing tobacco and smoking. That was what they did. They would eventually start talking about the West Tennessee weather, and they would move on to complaining about the West Tennessee women. And finally they would talk about the war, what it took for us to be free, and the price that was paid. And so this tune's called Small Town Amazing Grace. Hope you guys dig it. Friday night, a small town football game. A preacher prays and our national anthem plays. People still cross their hearts in the USA. Sunday morning, our little town goes to church. All the stores are closed, nobody works. That's a picture-perfect moment in a lifelong search. In a small town, life seems right. Old glory still flies on our breeze in the summer sunlight. Families still bow their heads and pray. 'Cause in a small town, it's amazing grace. People still wave when they see a car pass by. You guys do that out here? Even though they don't know who's inside, they offer up their hand with an honest man's pride. Kids still ride their bikes on the way to school. Mamas can still feel safe when they do. No one's ending up on the evening news. In a small town, life seems right. Old glory still flies on a breeze in the summer sunlight. Families still bow their heads and pray. 'Cause in a small town, it's amazing grace. Everything seems so simple. Everything seems so real. I can't help but wonder, is this how heaven will feel? In a small town, life seems right. Old glory still flies on our breeze because of those who died. Families still bow their heads and they pray. 'Cause in a small town, life seems right. Old glory still flies on our breeze because of those who fight. Families still bow their heads and they pray. 'Cause in a small town, it's amazing grace. In a small town, it's amazing grace. I'm gonna put you in the band. Oh, thanks, guys. So look, I cannot thank Hillary Stewart enough. I gave Hillary all of about 10 days notice. So I'm doing a little Texas run, and I ended up having an open date. and I saw that they were playing. I didn't realize it was going to be some cool event like this. I thought they were just playing a honky tonk, and so I would have actually washed my clothes beforehand. So, but she graciously said, "Yeah, we're going to try to get you in." So thank y'all so much for having me. The title track of the record is called "Farther Down the Line." I'd like to pick that for you now, if you don't mind. Pick up your things, baby, pack your bags real tight. Die's been cast and we're leaving here tonight. Just Americana hearts growing high up on the vine. So are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Freedom's just a metaphor, some will say. And a dreamer just dreams their life away. Well, I'm dreaming of freedom with you here by my side. So are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Paying our dues, one dream at a time. Just looking in the rear view at what we've left behind. Are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? This old world sure can beat you down. It can steal your heart with all its thorny crowns. If you go chasing after glitter and the shine, well, are you too far gone or are you farther down the line? Are you too far gone or are you farther down the line? Paying your dues, one dream at a time. Just looking in the rear view at what you've left behind. Are you too far gone or are you farther down the line? The clock, it just keeps ticking every day. That's reminding us that time is slipping away. When that clock up on the wall finally chimes, well, are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Paying our dues, one dream at a time. Just looking in the rear view at what we've left behind. Are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? Well, are we too far gone or are we farther down the line? So back in 2009, 2010, I got to go on a bit of an extended vacation over to the beautiful, picturesque countryside of North Iraq. And I must tell you, I greatly prefer the Texas and New Mexico desert. It's still a dry heat, but I much prefer it. But I was stationed about 25 kilometers south of the town of Mosul. And I always tell folks you can't send a bunch of Tennessee and Texas guys over there and not expect at some point some guitars and songwriting to break out. We did run a couple of missions, so we didn't use all the taxpayer dollars on songwriting, but we did write some songs. And this one's called I Wanna Run, and if you go to the website, which is Brian Hayes Music, you'll see a soldier in the little video that we did, makes a cameo. Back then, that was a 19-year-old specialist named Zach Tucker. He was my machine gunner. We spent a lot of time together. This tune was written on his guitar. And we're donating all the sale of this single to Wounded Warrior Project, so please help us spread the word. Trapped like a tiger in a circus cage, pacing and racing, hiding my rage. I'm counting my steps, waiting on my chance to run. Stuck in the middle of a dead-end road, dying as I'm trying for direction to go. Spinning my wheels, waiting on my chance to run. Sometimes you walk, sometimes you crawl, sometimes you don't get up. Wanna shed these things, spread my wings and soar. Wanna run all day and all through the night. I wanna never slow down the rest of my life. To see how far, to see how fast I've gone. Waiting around for that light to change, humming and a bumping, going insane, revving my engine, waiting on my chance to run. Tired of waiting around on my life sideline, itching and a twitching as the world goes by, spinning my wheels, waiting on my chance to run. Sometimes you walk, sometimes you crawl, sometimes you don't get up. Wanna shed these things, spread my wings and soar. Wanna run, wanna run. Wanna run all day and all through the night. I wanna never slow down the rest of my life. See how far, to see how fast I've gone. Wanna run, I wanna run. Trapped like a tiger in a circus cage, pacing and racing, hiding my rage. Wanna run all day and all through the night. I wanna never slow down the rest of my life. To see how far, to see how fast I've gone. Wanna run, I wanna run. Let's run, let's run. Guys, thank y'all so much. I'm Brian Hayes. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to get out of the way, because I'm really excited about the Flying A's. There are some folks back home in Memphis, Tennessee, that are real jealous that I'm down here getting to be a part of y'all's show, and they're not. So, I already introduced you a little bit to my grandfather that lived up the road from me, but his name was Keith B. Garland, and he served with the 6th Infantry Division, which to this day still holds the record for days of continuous combat at 294. So as a 19-year-old boy, the story goes he had never been more than about 20 miles outside of Brownsville, Tennessee. He boarded on a train, went down to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, then over to Fort Benning, Georgia, where he became an infantryman. Out to California, he spent the next couple of years in the Pacific doing a lot of island hopping. And amazing as it is that he or any of those boys made it out alive, what I always found even more amazing, more remarkable, was the fact that that entire generation came back, went to work, somehow they married, had kids, raised families, and they built this nation that made us great. Of course, I'm talking about the greatest generation. Do we have any vets in here tonight? I don't know, I always should ask, but if we do, or somebody in your family, thank you. This one's called The Greatest Generation. Over on Belani Circle, Brownsville, Tennessee, across the tracks in a small white shack, the greatest man to me can still remember my granddad sitting on the porch. How I'd love to visit as we pull into his drive. It was out the door, across the porch, with a twinkle in my eye. I can still remember my granddad waiting at the door. Granddad, won't you tell a tale for me? He'd reach down, he'd lift me up, and he'd sit me on his knee. Talk about the Great Depression. He was the greatest of the greatest generation. Out back in his storeroom, he'd put on his hat, he'd light a smoke, then he'd crack a joke, pat me on the back. I can still remember my granddad buttoning up my coat. Then we'd drive down to the station, he'd pick up the keys, a tractor ride to the 5 and dime, and a candy treat for me. I can still remember riding with Granddad down that road. Granddad, won't you tell a tale for me? World War II and the 6th Infantry. Talk about Pacific liberation. He was the greatest of the greatest generation. Well, I'd play these songs for him. He'd say it with a grin. You're San Antonio bound with the Flying A's, Brian, not that Nashville town. And I can still remember sitting with Granddad in that chair. News came in that morning. He had passed away. My hero gone, but his myth lives on in the songs that I play. And I can still remember my granddad's voice in the air. Granddad, won't you tell a tale for me? Times that we shared and the precious memories. Talk about a coming celebration. You are the greatest of the greatest generation. You are the greatest of the greatest generation. Yeah, Granddad, you're the greatest of your generation.